Oh, hi there! So today's video is about falling acrobatics. Let's follow me to my practice. Falling acrobatics. What is that? So let's define acrobatics first. And I will use my interpretation of a definition that one of my mentors, Tom Wexler, once gave. Acrobatics is not a set of movements like a cartwheel, a roll, or a handstand, but it is rather a practice of taking small risks, of going a little bit beyond the comfort zone, pushing one's boundaries just a little bit. If we take a look at the word acrobatics and its origins from ancient Greek akrobateo, which means something like to walk on tiptoes or to strut, it's easy to see not only the physical interpretation of finely tuned, coordinated skills, but we also get a glimpse of the metaphorical meaning, which is to navigate between chaos and order, to step into this danger, risky zone, but not too much, so we can navigate back as well. And falling? Well, falling happens in life. My approach to falling acrobatics is playing with this risk, but then intentionally taking a fall. And why should we do that? Fear of falling. Fear of falling is something that so many of us experience. And the thing is with fear of falling, actually when we have it, our ability to fall smoothly and soundly is limited. So we can do something about it, and that is taking falls and practicing how to fall. So this is exactly falling acrobatics. It's an attempt to play with risk, take safe falls, so for the future when you need them, you are better off. Let's start practice. So the element that we will be practicing today and use as inspiration for falling, I like to call it the Jaguar. What we'll be starting off with as a little preparation exercise, I like to call the bug. It's basically starting in a parallel stance, reaching around like you would do a cartwheel, and then you just take 2 simple steps with your legs around, like so. And we can continue this forwards and backwards to understand how to load our arm and how to walk around. So let's modify it a little bit. Instead of now going into a bug and taking a step around, I try to now hop with this leg and also land on this leg. So it's a one-legged bug. As soon as I land, I'll take a little spin around so I come back directly into my starting position. Micro tip for learning. The concept of microvariations. That means performing one move like the Jaguar, not only in one way, but trying to find a couple of different small variations. Reaching a little bit further with your hands, trying to pivot just a little bit more, jumping a little bit higher, taking it a little bit lower. It's very helpful for learning because we can explore different ways of doing one skill. And maybe through this exploration we find out that doing it in a one particular way is better suited. So we keep going with this. This floor is very hard, so let's practice on grass to make falling just a little bit easier. But if you can fall already, why not practicing hard floor like this? Now that we have our element, the Jaguar, let's try to refine it a little bit so we can actually take falls with it. We try to hop with our landing leg just a little bit further. So we reach a point of unbalance where we need to take a step or certain actions to not fall into the ground yet. So the thing is, I love creating these YouTube videos, right? But I do not earn any single cent by this creation. So you can support my work by purchasing one of my Finding Flow online programs. Very well made, you can practice whenever you want. And all of this stuff from this video, plus much more, is included in these programs. So maybe check them out. Yeah, let's continue. Cool, so now we have the Jaguar and we can do it in a certain way that we are already off balance. So the next thing that we can do is take a deliberate and focused fall. There are plenty of ways now to go for it, for the fall. And I would say the first thing is you try to figure out what you can do. You try to overreach and you somehow go into the floor rather smoothly. So here are some ideas for you. You can take the Jaguar into a sideways roll. Take a look how I'm doing it. I'm really using my elbow and my knee to catch myself into the floor, and from there I can push away and take a roll on my back. Another thing that we can do is after landing, we can kind of swirl our legs around like a little windmilling action. This right here, right? You can practice on the floor and then you can try to see if you can apply it to your falling Jaguar. And the beautiful thing is endless opportunities. You can simply try out and see how you can take these falls, right? It's a practice of joy, not about exactly following a certain technique. What are the next steps then from here? So instead of doing a Jaguar, you can try to do this with any of the acrobatic moves that you can already do. Take a cartwheel, combine it with a roll. Take a macaco and combine it with a side roll. Take a one-arm cartwheel and fall into the floor, right? And once again, if you practice it first on softer floor like grass, it's much easier. You can really commit to it and also take certain falls that you couldn't take on hard floor. So in the end, what you're practicing here is not just cool, flashy acrobatic skills and moves. It actually is the ability to take falls, which comes in super handy in real life situations, right? When people grow older, they fall, and we can practice that. And through maybe a falling acrobatics practice, it is just not a boring practice of entering the floor, but it becomes magical. What a ride that was. Thank you so much for joining in, and if you enjoyed this, check out my other videos, also my Instagram channel. I have uploaded many of these videos and I will continue to do so. If you have any topics that you have wished to get covered in these videos, simply let me know by commenting, and see you next time. Happy falling, happy practice. That's it. Over.